What's up, guys, and welcome to the Scarge channel, and welcome back to another episode of Jabroni's Journey to 90 miles an hour. So I'm going to take you through my workout today. Hope you guys enjoy. So as you can see, we started off with some Theragunning. I like to do that basically after a long day of work. Sometimes, I've been hunched over all day. I just like to get that over the areas that are going to be throwing. So my lats, my tricep, my elbow area, forearm, shoulder, things of that nature, just to get it loosened up a little bit before I start. And then we get into a dynamic warm-up. This basically can be anything you want it to be, just something to get you a little bit sweaty, so you're not just going to the field and throwing 100 miles an hour. You're getting a little warmed, and you're gradually increasing the intensity of the warm-ups as you go. So then you can see I just stretch out my lat a little bit after that. And now we're on to plyos. I just started incorporating these. I feel like it's a good way to get warmed up without really caring about velocity or anything like that. It just lets you feel your warm-up more than anything. Because what I used to do was I would not do the plyo warm-ups. Everything else would be pretty much the same. And I'd go straight into throwing the 5-ounce, and I record all my throws. So I would kind of warm up by miles per hour instead of warming up by how my body actually felt. So you can see sometimes you may, you're throwing 50, now you're throwing 55, but your body isn't really at 55. Maybe your body's more at 50 still. So plows are just a good way of getting warmed up. I don't take like the drills or anything I do too seriously. I just try to get my arm loose and work up even more of a sweat than I did during the dynamic warm-up. So after all that, we get into the 5-ounce throwing. So I warm up with the 5-ounce, and then I go into all the other different weighted balls. But yeah, so it normally doesn't take me that many throws, maybe about 20-25 throws before I can start my flat ground work. So here's the 5-ounce. Topped 80 today, so not bad. My max since I started this throwing journey is 82, so not a terrible day. Next we moved on to the 6-ounce. Here we got 84. My max for that is 87, so a little bit slower than I'm used to, but not terrible. It's kind of interesting. By this point, I'm starting to get a little bit more warmed up. I think with the 5-ounce, sometimes I'm still getting warm. And then I finish with the 5-ounce, and I'm finally warmed up for all the other weighted baseballs. So yeah. So here with the 7-ounce, we did pretty good. We got a PR of 83 miles an hour. I think my max previous was 81. And here I really started to focus on getting into the hinge a little bit. So I was, bringing my butt back a little bit more than I normally do to feel it in the hip and the hamstrings, and it was feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna try to focus on that moving forward. And here's the 3-ounce. We did, pretty good. We got a PR by a couple miles an hour. We got 89 today. And on these, I was really focusing on keeping my back as close to the target as I could. I even started, as you guys can see, I started with my back turned pretty significantly, and I feel like it was helping, because a big problem I have, and I'm saying big, like I lose 3 to 5 miles an hour when I get this wrong, is when I open early. So right now I'm just trying to figure out a way to stay closed throughout my delivery and finally twist that upper body at the last second after your hips have already gone through. So we're trying to figure that out. I'm going to try to record more of these videos so I can look at my form a little bit more. I've been slacking. This video's from about 2 weeks ago, so I'm trying to remember what I was feeling during the workout. But after we did all the throwing stuff, I did some sprints, some gazelle hops. I like to do the gazelle hops because they make me feel light and springy, and that's the main reason I do them, because all my other workouts are pretty power and strength oriented, so I want to keep that elasticity in the muscle. So the sprints and the gazelle hops are really good for that. Next we moved on to the vertical jumps. As you can see, we got 10.3, so not terrible. My goal for that is about 10.8 or so. That would put me at a 36 introvert at about 200 pounds, so that would be pretty exciting, working towards that. And then, as you saw previously, the landmine jumps I got from 60 ERA guy on Instagram. I've been trying them out lately. I like doing them. They feel good when I do them. You know, there's not that many exercises that you can do explosively laterally besides doing like lateral broad jumps or single leg lateral broad jumps, or, you know, plyometrics that you can, you know, do any plane. So moving weight in a lateral movement was a pretty good feeling, and I like it, so try to do more of those. And we finished off with some deadlifts, 440 for 3. That was pretty heavy, so I just kept it at 1 set. And we did some speed rear foot elevated split squats with 155 pounds. So now that I'm looking at the footage, it doesn't really look super fast, but the goal of these is to feel the intent more than anything. So I am, you know, going down pretty slow, and I'm really trying to pop up as fast as I can. So if your intent is there, I would say overall that's probably more important than moving it super fast, but there is a point where you want to get into a training phase where you're moving the bar. I think it is about like 0.7 meters per second. Hard to track, but that's why intent is a really easy, good, and cheap way to track it. So here are just the top lifts from the week. A couple snatches, 214 I think, a push press sort of with 280, trap bar deadlift 529 for 3. That was a pretty good one. And then the first one I think was a reverse lunge with 415, so that was a PR. So we're starting to move some weight. We're in a bulk phase right now, so, you know, trying to get up to about 210. But hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you later. See you.